Hi guys.
Hey guys.
Yeah, we're back again with another one of these. And we kind of wanted to talk a bit more about homeschooling because it's the path that we've chosen as a family in order to educate our kids.
In this video, we're just going to focus on talking about one of the biggest questions or the most frequent questions we get every time we tell people that we homeschool our children, which is socialization. How do your kids interact with other children? Do they get to interact with other children? And we really feel, we used to think this way as well before we began this journey. We used to think that homeschooling is just about you and your kids at home, which is a big misconception.
Yeah, it really is. And just for like context, we've got 3 kids, but at the moment we only home educate formally one of our children, so our son, who is 5 going on 6, school age. And so for the most part, that does mean it's, he hasn't got another sibling there being homeschooled at the same time, which is helpful for other families if they're homeschooling all their kids at once. Then at least the siblings are kind of there to provide, I guess, that social aspect. But we just like primarily what we've realized since homeschooling, one, your kids being around yourself as a parent and other adults is so important. Like we forget that it's not just about, when we socialize in everyday circumstances, you don't just socialize with people your age. And I think teaching your children or normalizing that is important. So making sure they know how to socialize with you as as their parent, and with other adults, how to be respectful, how to like ask just basic questions of someone. Oh, how are you? How's your day? That sort of thing. I think our son is starting to learn because he's around a lot of adults during his week.
This is not to say that that's the only way, or kind of like making people think that's the only way you socialize when you homeschool, for example. Like I say to people, you can't homeschool just on your own. It's impossible to just be at home and just homeschool your children. I don't know of any parents who do that. I'm sure there might be parents out there. I think for us, we really value community. I think that's where we've also benefited a lot from, in terms of like getting Jonas to, which is our son, to like spend more time with children that are around the same age as him, or even older children as well, to actually get a mixture of like interaction between children at different age. And so we feel like, of course, in school settings they do get that to some extent, but in terms of kind of when you have a homeschooling journey, there is no limitation, basically. And so this misconception of children are able to socialize is a myth. It's not true.
It's a myth. We're part of, I would say at the moment, we're a part of 2 regular homeschool community groups, and honestly, they've just been such a blessing. They're both Christ-centered in terms of the families are Christian families. We come together. One of the groups is primarily for like learning and education, but another one of them is just more social, and they're both social, whether you're learning or whether you're just playing, it's always social. And that's really important. And also we're a part of another group that's a non-Christian group, so again he's engaging with families who are quite different from us and from him, but again he our son's learning how to engage with people that have different beliefs and whose family structures might look different. Like it's just really important to understand that there is diversity in community, and that's what socialization is about. I would just say not to worry if you're worried about taking the plunge in terms of homeschooling, because you think, oh, you know, who's my child going to play with, or my child might not have the same friends every week. You know, it's really important that you understand that homeschooling doesn't happen in isolation. You can find communities around you. And it you know, social media is great in terms of it's easy to, you know, connect quickly on Facebook, or, you know, WhatsApp group, or find a family on Instagram, and, you know, just ask people, oh, who lives in my local area? And that's honestly how it starts. And also, don't, you know, forget, like, prayer is so essential. I remember when we were starting this, and I literally didn't have a close community, and I you know, we prayed about it, and God has answered that prayer in so many beautiful ways, which means, like, right now, you know, my week with Jonas is full in terms of socialization. He has lots of friends that he's, you know, seeing regularly, and hopefully will be able to grow with.
But yeah, so that will be the end of this video. We don't want to make the video too long, but if this is something that you guys are interested in, or you want to hear us talk more about kind of stuff like this, please, just drop a comment below, and we will be able to, to share more of these videos. But this will be the first one of some of the myths. Hopefully we get to cover some more.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Bye. Take care.